Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is the second video I'm doing on inverse and composite functions. Usually I don't do two videos on one topic, but I saw a question that looked kind of different with those that I was seeing, so I thought it would be okay for me to do this video. So we have another question here. It says the functions f and g are defined by the function of x is equal to x minus 3 over 4, and the other one is the function of gx is equal to 2x minus plus 1. So the first one, we are told to find the inverse for the function of x. Remember the inverse, we said when you have a domain and the range, we use the domain to come up with the range, right? So now in this case we want to use the range to come up with the domain, so it's like a reverse. So we want the reverse of this function there. So let's hit it. All right, here's my solutions. Okay, so remember we're going to rewrite the same function there, the same formula, the way it appears here. We're going to say function of x is equal to, since we're dealing with f of x, right, we're looking for the inverse of f of x, so is equal to x minus 3 over 4. So remember I said let this part to be y, so we're going to we're just substituting, right? So we're going to make this one to be y is equal to x minus 3 over 4. So we just let this part here to be equal to y. And now when it is like this, we want to make x the subject of the formula. We want to make x being the independent variable. So what do we do here? So since here these x and y are somehow, yeah, so we just have to cross multiply, right? So this one over 1, so cross multiply, then we're going to say 1 times the whole of this is going to be x minus 3, then is equal to y times 4, that is 4y. So what do we do next? So we want to leave x along this side, so what we do, we remove negative 3 and put it there. So we're going to have x is equal to 4x. When minus 3 goes that side, to be plus 3. So this is the inverse. Now before we write, oh sorry, it should be, yeah, x is equal to, oh this should be y here, sorry, this is y and this is y. So remember we said we were exchanging, so on this part we want the x and y to switch places. So we want this one to be y and this one to be x. So we are not yet done, but if you leave it like this, of course they're going to mark you, but make sure that switch their places. So we want to switch, so this one is going to be y is equal to, where there is y, we're going to put x plus 3. And again, remember we said we wanted this whole part here to be equal to y, right? So we're going to take it back, but in this case now, when taking it back, we have to make sure that we add the inverse there. So this one is going to be the inverse of f of x, right? So this is how we write it: the inverse of f of x is equal to 4x plus 3. And now we can say that we are done. So remember what we do, like this one, it was a fraction, so what we do, we cross multiply and then made x the subject of the formula. So the first thing is to let the left part of it to be equal to y, and then after doing that, you make x the subject of the formula, and then from there you switch places between x and y. After that, the left side of it, you bring back the one that you had at first, which was f of x, and then in our case now going to include, spice it up with, of course, the inverse part. So this is the inverse. No wonder they give it 1 mark. Let's look at another part now. So this, what we're finding here was the inverse part. When you look at something like this, it is the composite function, whereby you have a function within a function. So like this one, we can read this one as the f of gx. Yeah, it is the f of x and also the function of gx. So like this one, first the first one is of course the function of x, and then we have also the function of gx there. So let me just try to solve it here so that you're able to see it. So the function of x is like the function of x and the function of gx. That's what is meant here. So how do you write this one now? This one is inside here. So the way you're going to write it is like this. Function of gx, allow me to write it like this, right, is equal to, now we bring down the function of x, and the function of x, if we go on top there, it was this, that was the function of x there. So the function of x there was x minus 3 over 4. All right, let's go step by step. And now we have that one. What next? So now the function of, what is the function of gx? Remember, the function of gx is this one. Excuse me, 2x plus 1, right? So we're going to put 2x plus 1. Remember, 2x plus 1 is just gx there. So 2x plus 1 is equal to, so this indicates that where there is x, we're going to replace it with this. Where there's x, remember, where there's x, we have to replace it with this one here. So where there's x, we're going to write 2x plus 1. Then we have negative 3 here, right? Yeah. So minus 3 over 4. Like that. Okay, let's hit it. Then from there, now again, we have a function of 2x plus 1. Remember, this part, the one I'm writing like this, is not even important. I'm just writing so that you can follow what we're doing. So just try to make this thing look presentable on this side. Okay, we have this part now. So what do we do? Is equal to 2x, then plus 1 minus 3, that will be negative 2 over 2 over 4, sorry, over 4. And at this time I would just bring the original how it was, like here. So we're saying finally the function g of x is equal to 2x minus 2 over 4. I recommend that you leave it like this because but if you want, maybe, if for the sake of going or finishing off, like you want to show that you know what you're doing, so that we can just try to get rid of this 4 here, but it won't go away like away. So what do we do? Let us just factorize what is on top there. So our common factor here will be 2, right? Then here we have x, then here we have minus 1, isn't it? Then we do something like this and then say over 4. So what do we do? This one 1, here 2. So finally now we have the function of g, function of g, okay, whatever, is equal to x minus 1 over 2. Yeah, this one looks cool now, right? Yeah, so this becomes our answer. And then the other part of the equation, says the f of gx of 3 there. Okay, so the f of gx of of negative 3. So since this one is just the f of gx, so it has just put negative 3. Yeah, let's just put negative 3 here. We just put negative 3 and then we find the answer. No wonder it carries 1 mark, I guess. Yeah. So on this same formula, so we have f. I'm a terrible writer. Let me not write it. Let me write it so that you can follow it nicely. So this is the C part. It says f g of negative 3 is equal to, so on this part we found this one to be f gx, isn't it? So when we plug in negative 3 there, so where there's x, we're going to put negative 3 minus 1 over 2. What's our answer? This is negative 4 over 2. And finally our answer is negative 2, because 2 into negative 4, it is negative 2, and this becomes our answer. So our answer, we have this one here, we have another one there, which was the f of gx. This one was the inverse of f of x, and then this one was the inverse, or not the inverse, rather the function of f of g of negative 3. So remember, for the inverse, you try to let the left side of it be equal to y, then you make x the subject of the formula. After making it, you switch places between x and y, then after that you bring back the function of f of x. And then for the composite function, remember, the one that is next is the one that is used in the function which is on the first. There's another example that I haven't yet done. This video, okay, I'll do another video. Please check in the description of this video for another format of the question that may come, and it's quite confusing, but we'll hit it together. Otherwise, subscribe. I like those comments, and yeah, there's Verana, should be Verana. Yeah, that comment, no, it's actually cool. You mentioned about how terrible my ex is. I'll try to work on that, my man. So thank you so much for those comments, and please share these videos and subscribe, recommend them to your friends. I'm really thankful for what is happening right now. You guys have no idea about what you're doing to me right now. So until next time, bye bye.